welcome back. And we have Dr. Mora, a friend of the show, once again. She needs a t-shirt.
Yes, I do. The doctor is in the house as usual.
Yes.
I am so grateful to be here and always a pleasure to speak about mothers.
You are a gift sent from heaven.
Always a pleasure.
Especially for us.
Thank you.
Right.
I thank God.
Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity. It's a pleasure to meet you, Annie.
Yes.
Thank you, my dear.
Right. And the story is Annie's story, and it's all about the experience of afterbirth. And if you heard her story, she says she got married quite young. And then her husband, fortunately or unfortunately, works very far from the country. So during her first journey with her pregnancy, she was all alone.
Yes.
And then she was so traumatized, such that she couldn't let go of her baby when the baby was born.
Yes.
And I could pick a lot of factors that I have experienced myself, and that is that protectiveness, wanting to live in the dark. And obviously, we cannot ignore the fact that there could have been a factor of postpartum depression.
Yes.
And now she's a mom again.
Congratulations.
To a beautiful baby girl. And she says things are different.
Amen.
Now she knows what she's doing.
Yes.
And so, Dr. Mora, what we are trying to decipher is tell the people that what happens to each mother, it's normal. It's normal.
Yes.
And the whole idea is to recognize and to seek help.
Yes,
And
sure.
thankfully for her husband was very well forward, and he would tell her, baby, come on. You know, this is our son, I cannot harm him.
Yes.
Even the grandmother, like she would put a pillow between the grandmother and the baby.
Wow.
And you can tell how deep that went.
Yes.
And the opposite happens as well,
Yes.
whereby a parent doesn't want, or rather a mother doesn't want even to see that
at all.
child.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm going to give you this opportunity to just decipher everything in your own words,
Yes.
and just let's normalize this thing.
Exactly.
Yes.
First of all, what I want to tell mothers, when you and your husband are in separate areas, you've been married legally, because remember me, I'm legal,
Yes.
not other things.
True.
Legally married and you're living separately.
Yes.
It is a gift where your husband is.
Exactly.
Okay, so don't start feeling that he's there, I'm here. There should be a tradition.
Yeah.
There should be a routine.
Yes.
There should be a what you should do is a set foundation
Yes.
of understanding how this distance is going to work.
True.
And bringing in the appropriate people to support you, not appropriate people,
Yes.
not just anybody who will not understand your circumstance and your situation, right?
Right.
So it's so important, because when mothers, who most of the time when they're mothers who their husbands or the fathers of their children are away, the reason why they become like that is separation anxiety for themselves.
So now we
are-
have it. Yes, we've been trying to figure out what this thing
Yes.
is.
So an adult can manifest separation anxiety just like a child.
Wow.
So they go like, okay, this is a new school.
Oh, okay.
All right. So remember, when we are all mothers, when we
Yes.
first take our children to school, there's that crying. We don't know who is crying. Let's not say it's us too, but
Well.
it's fine. Yes, there's that crying. And now the separation anxiety also comes with managing a child, because it's like a new territory. And whether people like it or not, we have been psychologically and instinctively adapted to raise a child with two people.
Two people. It's
Okay?
true. Wow.
It's instinctual.
Yes.
The mother, as she nests, I love the word nest already.
Yay.
As she nests,
Yes.
she becomes more prone to wanting to be protected.
Uh-huh.
If you look at chicken, when the cock is behaving, suddenly when she's pregnant, it is
Yes.
just dramatic.
It's true.
She wants to be there, and the cock is jumping,
Yes.
because its natural instinct
Is to protect.
is to protect.
Ah.
You understand?
Yes.
And so the lady is already in a comfortable position to say that there is somebody who should be doing this. You get it?
That makes sense.
So her button is not set
Yes.
to do this alone.
She knew, and she experienced the separation anxiety.
Yes.
And just like a baby, and I've seen it with my son,
Yes.
whenever we see him having anxiety, and it happens,
Yes.
we let him go to school with the thing that he likes. It
Yes.
could be a doll,
Yes.
it could be his Legos.
Yes.
And I can see in Annie's case, she got a doll.
Yes.
which was her baby.
Yes.
And that was her comfort.
Yes.
Wow.
That was her comfort.
Uh-huh.
And so what she did was she became territorial over that comfort. My husband is away. I'm trying to be the good wife I want to be, being supportive. But I don't want this that is giving me comfort to break. The only source of anything that makes me feel like I'm now complete to do whatever I need to do.
Okay.
Okay? So as you're striding as a mother, those are the things, even when we look at our children now, with or without any issues,
Yes.
we still feel the need of, no, I want the best for that child.
It's true.
But then we'll run a very tightrope.
Yes.
Because we have to let them go to society. What does
That's
the
the
eagle
thing.
do? The eagle throws the eaglets out to fly.
It's
isn't
true.
it?
In fact,
Yes,
get out.
get
You need
out,
to learn
go
how
and
to fly.
So the thing is that if we shield them, again,
Yes.
is that we are doing them an injustice to society.
That is the balance.
Yes.
In fact, we were just discussing
Yes.
it and we were saying, where now do parents say, okay, I have this child, especially the boy child, let's be
Yes.
honest.
Yes.
You never hear of mama's girls.
Yes.
It's always mama's boys. And in this case, I'm a mama to boys,
Yes.
and her firstborn, who she was protective of, is a boy.
Yes.
And so, could you tell us, could you walk us through that balance of throwing that eaglet or saying, you never live here, and if you don't live there, the eaglet will never learn how to fly,
Yes.
even if it becomes an eagle.
Yes.
Yes.
So the balance is what is comfortable, not what is rational, not what is comfortable. Because you're only comfortable when you've taken your child to school and wanting to sit down with the child.
True.
All right?
True.
But the rational thing is saying, let the boy or girl or twins, triplets cry.
Yeah. Yes.
It will be okay.
It's
They'll
true.
meet friends.
Yes.
And then there'll be a few other children who laugh at them and
Yes.
it will be okay.
Yes.
When they come back home, the idea is not to enable the behavior of a tantrum.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Yes.
to enable that education has to be carried out.
Absolutely.
As children grow, they get to understand what is going on. You did not, as a mother, we didn't get here without education.
True.
Yeah, we had to be told, I'm sorry, you go.
Yes.
So that we also tell our children that the reason why we are sending you to wherever we are going is we equally did that and got to our level. It doesn't matter what career you want to do. Like I have that conversation with my son, 13-year-old. It doesn't matter what you're doing as a career. You need to develop knowledge. Even a pastor has to read the Bible. Pastor has to read the news to see what is going on to advise his flock. So is everybody else. So you want to be able to do what is rational, not what is comfortable. Because comfortable is dodgy. Yes, a comfort place is dodgy, and it's variable for a lot of people. Yes. So, and then the other thing that we must not forget, children come for an assignment on earth.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So when they arrive, there is who sent them.
Yes.
You are just the vessel.
It's true.
So you co-parent.
Yes.
Not only with the husband, you co-parent with God.
Yes.
You will go insane. Every year I watch my son grow into something so beautiful, but I know why. It's because of God.
Yes.
I cannot take credit.
Absolutely.
I cannot take credit. So there are no defined rules. We can't open a page and say, today we do this.
Yeah.
No, God, according to the situation, will provide with the type of child you have, with the type of financial situation you have. He understands everything about you as a mother. And it's a gift. Why? The Savior of the world came through a woman. God would have molded a man to arrive, but came through a woman. Why? We have the capacity to nurture. And then now, what you do with boy child is that we have to learn now to let them meet other male companions. You must give them a male companion, an older person to guide them. Based on and then you're also praying for, let me tell you, you also pray for this child to know what their destiny is. Children as young as 4, 5 years old are talking about seeing angels. If we spend time praying and knowing this, then we know how to nurture and mold the child towards what is conducive. We are blessed that Kenya has now a variety of schools which you can now choose your child to take the child to a school that will develop what is best for them.
I think that also comes into the factor of where you're releasing the child. If it's the eaglet, I mean, you won't go and just drop it in the ocean. You drop it somewhere, you know, either the trees will catch it or you will be able to catch it. So I hear you on that factor. That whole idea of co-parenting with God. I need to wish him a happy Father's Day next time.
Yes, that is so true.
Yes.
And then you know one thing that people must not forget.
Yes.
Please let's not give up on Christianity.
That's the thing.
I know
Yes.
we've been disappointed.
True.
But let me tell you, the small foundation we got from Sunday school or whatever builds a lot.
I agree.
Let people not be afraid of a Christian background where you taught the simple morals compass of what is happening.
True.
And that way then as a child grows, they'll be able to understand what is is real in the world.
Yeah.
So people, like you're noticing, children these days are living in a bit of utopia because the more we could afford as mothers, the more we are providing.
Varieties we provide.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yes.
And there are options, to be honest. Remember, I got challenged once. I went and I got a Disney World book about a princess and a prince.
Yes.
And then I remember someone asking, do you realize there are also some very good Bible stories for your kids?
Yes.
And that changed my perspective. The whole idea is the foundation.
Yes.
And a lot of us are the way we are because we were brought up in that Christian foundation. Thankfully now we're able to make adult decisions and have an independent relationship with God. But we're who we are and we do the things we do because we have that at the back of our heads.
Absolutely.
So I hear you, Dr. Mora.
It's so important. But before before we continue, I must not forget to categorize this depression. You know, because there's somebody out there who's wondering, I sometimes cry after when my child was born, I felt blue, sad.
Yes.
So there is blues where you just feel sad, you feel off. Sometimes you feel when they come. So that's not quite depression.
Yes.
So depression is marked by what, like my sister Annie spoke about, what stood out was the black painting.
What? That was
the refusal to open curtains, the sleeplessness.
Yes.
You're sleeping, you sleep, and the only thing that you're traversing between is holding, baby, checking. And the only thing that's waking you up is not because you felt you have to wake up, it's because you're worried about the baby.
Yes, she couldn't even sleep when somebody was...
Yes, so then it's, the blues are different. So then we have the mild, the moderate, and the severe.
Wow.
So the mild ones is when you have those little things that you'd adjust where you're feeling depressed, you're feeling low, you're probably eating a lot or eating very little.
True.
There are those ones who occasionally don't want to be with their child. That is okay.
Yes.
Then there's a moderate one, which would be a little bit more severe, where I would kindly have put Annie on.
Yes.
Because when you start painting, so the manifestation of what you feel inside coming out moves it from mild to moderate.
Right.
Where you're painting, where you're upset and irritable, you're looking at moderate depression.
Yes.
And then severe depression is people actually end up even trying to commit suicide or killing the baby.
Yes.
All right, so that is the severe part.
Yes.
So in moderate and severe is when we seek active attention of the medical advice. But the mild one, it can be done through a psychologist or a counselor or even a good family friend who can come and sit down.
Then again.
You understand?
Yes.
So one of the things that people also have to look at the categories. But let's put it this way. This time what the world is moving to is we're moving to unity.
Yes.
We're moving away from individualness to unity. So your neighbor should look out for you.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
I remember being a mother with a husband abroad. What happened to me? My mom set in. My brothers set in. They would come and take the child. I think I only took my child for immunization once.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
Because they swooped in.
Right.
And remember me, I was old school, Mom.
Yes.
8 weeks, I was back. My son was 8 weeks and I was back to work.
True, because they just, the labor laws had not defined what we have now.
Fought.
Yes.
You guys owe me money.
Yes.
We fought for you young ones. Yes, we fought for you young ones.
Yes.
But that's what happens. The people in our area around should be more supportive equally.
Very true.
Okay?
Yes.
But as soon as a woman, you are there and you feel something is not right, because there's a check button that tells you, Annie, you felt it.
true.
Yeah.
There's something that tells you, you know what I'm doing is not cool.
Yeah.
So for those ones who are at home and you feel you're not cool, please let the nest know, and we can find a way to communicate with you and encourage you.
That's
just
a
the
really
hand
good point.
holding throughout.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we're here for that, and hence we share real stories from real people.
Yes.
So Annie, I'm so delighted. I had a light bulb moment when Dr. Mora said separation anxiety.
Yes.
Did you realize what it was, or did you just discover this like me today? How are you feeling knowing that it was an actual real thing that led you to what you were doing?
Actually, I've just learned about it right now, and I'm surprised and I'm happy as well.
Yes.
Because I can relate to it. What she has said, it was a separation anxiety. I think I was scared that my husband will be away, I'll raise this baby alone. So that is exactly what I did.
Yes.
I'm so happy to learn that right now, Dr. Mora.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It is so true. Because again, you're thinking, what if he stays there? Why? These people in the TV are making our lives difficult. Huh? Men want to US, never came back, married another year, have a child. You go into panic. It is natural. But learning how to just center yourself as a mother and realizing the circumstances you are in, they've been picked by God. He knew it before. So you're comfortable where you are. Yes.
And honestly, she has a good one, because her husband, from the little we've known about him today, he would make it home as often as possible. And I'm very familiar with his nature of work, which is the work in the oil mines deep in Canada. You can imagine.
In Edmonton, where?
Fort McKay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite.
Yeah.
I lived in Canada and I know what you're talking about, because they go in there.
Yes.
They stay for 3 months.
Exactly.
But you see, the reason why they clap and remain there is financially it's worth it.
Yes.
That's the only reason.
It is.
They,
It
they're-
really
they're
is.
really
I had a friend who was working in the mines. It's the same thing. They go in, and also Canada being a very cold country and all that, I can also imagine why he would choose home over Canada. Because you can imagine your mom was there. You could hire a nanny, because it's not a privilege there. So big up to him as well. And exactly, and also educating himself, because you could tell when he's telling you, my love, calm down, this is my son, I can't harm him. You could tell he was coming from a place of education. Because again, let's be brutally honest, men see that and they take off.
Of course.
Because they don't know any better. They have not been taught to stand up and say some things. And I've seen the difference. And again, a partner who is aware of
that is
these things,
so important,
refreshing.
because what happens when what I advise the male partners, first of all, congratulations once again to the male partners, inclusive of your husband. We are happy to hear such things. But what a man wants to do is observe his wife before pregnancy and during the pregnancy and after. If something is amiss, she's not seeking your attention. She's not throwing a tantrum. Find and investigate and see, okay, how can I be useful?
Exactly.
Let me tell you things that would go far. Simple things. Yes, you're living abroad, but when you come back, you're giving a foot massage. You are taking for a spa, a date organized just for you guys. Those are things, still do them whether the woman is pregnant, or after pregnancy, or even, you know.
Encourage her, get out.
Get out.
Yeah, because I've had the opposite, which is, oh, I wasn't, because there's the opposite, which is instead of him coming and stepping in to see what he needs to do, for instance, him telling you, maybe go and sleep, because he knew you needed sleep. Other guys run away and do everything they need to do, and then they come back with the excuse like, you were not giving me attention, hence I did this. So I think it's a blessing to have a partner who is also very curious to know how can I be a better man for my wife. And now, you know, his kids. This is a son. He may have a father who, who's been away pretty much his entire life, but he knows daddy is this man.
Yes.
So
actually, he loves him more.
Oh,
He always chooses daddy.
Look
I
at
know.
that.
This is where we become prayer warriors.
I know.
Because of all that.
True,
I know even for my son, I can see it.
Yes.
And I think it's because there's a phase they
It is
go
a phase,
through,
yeah.
and then they'll realize, and then they'll end up coming back to mom.
No, it's
It's
true.
because you're doing manly things now,
Yes,
and you know,
yes.
mom is always sitting down, perhaps, or whatever she's doing is not challenging enough for them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It is so important that you know we find a way to also settle ourselves like that, or have a baby girl.
I know you're looking at me.
Yes.
Not happening. I get a puppy girl.
I have beautiful obstetricians.
No child is staying in my womb again. No, I am done. Just FYI, I am done. Oh no, I'm done. In fact, it's the first criteria. Unataka watoto? Hapana. Good.
Yes.
Next.
Next.
What's your name?
Exactly. And by
Yeah.
the way, what Maureen you've said, what
Yes.
Annie has also put across,
Yes.
criteria for choosing a man.
Oh yes.
Do you know, I encourage people to fast and pray about this
No,
thing.
it's true.
Please.
It's true.
It's important because
Yes.
it's not just hi, I love you, peck, lunch, whatever,
Yeah.
and that goes. And Annie can actually experience that
Yes.
because she had an idea of what marriage would be, but there was no reality to
Yeah.
it.
In fact, if you check, her husband did everything right from the word go.
Yeah.
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 So wow, Annie, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you
We're
too.
happy that you could learn something also, as
Yeah.
I am,
Yes.
because your journey is actually quite similar to mine with my firstborn son.
Yeah.
And all the best with everything.
Thank you.
Even the time you'll be able to go away for weeks, you know, for even your girl trips and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
I think this is a good place to start thinking. Remember, these kids came into your life, you did not come into their lives,
Yeah.
meaning that there has to be you before them, and you cannot pour from an empty glass. It's my mantra for the day. Dr. Mora,
Yes.
we must end this here.
Yes.
You know, hours never end.
Hours never end. In fact, they should create a 24-hour Mora and Maureen. Then we just
Double
change
M.
hosts.
Yes.
We just change the visitors. They come, they sit, we tell them a story,
Yes.
we educate them.
Yes.
We empower them the right way.
Why
because
not?
the empowerment that is going around is dangerous.
Yes, and it's true. And I've seen how you've taken the path of your career, your exposure, and Christianity, and really stood to your ground about it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Guys, when it's just getting sweeter, it comes to an end. I think it's the bottom of the, you know, that ice cream down there, which tastes really good, and then you want some more. I hope you want some more of this. This has been The Nest. We've been hosted by Tomoka Coffee in Westlands and Nana Center. Please come have your coffee here. They have amazing coffee straight from Ethiopia. They have amazing snacks, and as you can see, the background and the entire setup is amazing. Again, thank you, my crew from The Nest. Thank you for showing up on time. Thank you for making this process amazing. And until next time, do have a good night.